Well, good afternoon and welcome to this afternoon session of the athletics here at Uganda Christian University, where the women's 100 meters final is expected to kick off or to take off in a moment. Of course, the 8 top runners in the women's 100 meters are as follows. Lane 1, Lane 1 has Nadunga Morin of MUBS. Lane 2 has Aikoru Scovia of Ndeje University. 3 has Atimango Winfred of UCU. 5, 4 has Atiang Charity Masi of Uganda Christian University. 5 has Angeno Road Sharon of Gulu University. 6 has Akot Scovia of Kampala University. 7 has Daniel Bena of Gulu University. And 8 has Kabugo Helen of Kabale University. So if you are looking at the best of the best, this is definitely the lineup. And just before the final, the sun comes out in its full glory. So it's going to be an absolutely brilliant race, devastating. Seven of the best. And off we go. Lane 1. Angeno Roth looks like she has it, but UCU's Atiang Charity Masi gets it. Angeno Roth probably paying for her 400-meter win. Uganda Christian University take the women's 100 meters. Angeno Roth was very good for 75 meters of that race, but faded. And of course, you have to look and think about her efforts in the 400 meters that has probably cost her, but 2 medals in a day's work is absolutely brilliant. Angenrot, of course, will now be or take with her at least 2 medals on day 1 of this athletics, the women's 400-meter gold and the 100-meter gold. But what a run by Atiang Charity Masi. She had Angenorot next to her and she did not fade in that one, did the best that she could. But at the end of the day, she was absolutely brilliant and blistering in this one.
Charity. Actually, Charity won the second heat of 100 meter. I think for me, the fact that uh, who the lady from Agulu University, Sharon, she has had 3 races. Maybe the 2 probably races have actually gone on to put her steam and momentum, because remember she had run the first 100-meter heat, then also she went for the 400-meter finals. You could feel that has probably drained her. Unlike for Charity, who was only running his second race. Remember, he had the 100-meter race first hit, then she came back into the final. That has given her more momentum and also character. You see that she improved so much. But 2 medals for Sharon, not a bad. From Gulu Universe, from Gulu, not a bad for her. She can only probably focus for more coming forward.
And already we have the men's start list for the 100 meters. The 100 meters has Omolo Innocent of Makerere University, lane 1. Glenn Otieno Adanga of UCU in lane 2. Ayub of Ndeje in lane 3. Olipa Sharif of Uganda Christian University in lane 4. Okuma Ismail of Ndeje University, lane 5. Lane 6, Nuwagaba Aman of Bishop Stewart University in Barara. Then, of course, lane 7 has Nyakahuma Daniel M of Mountains of the Moon. And, of course, Sande Christopher, also of Mountains of the Moon. So, lane 1, Makerere University. Lane 2 is UCU, 3 Ndeje, 4 UCU, 5 Ndeje, 6 Nuwagaba, 7 Mountains of the Moon, 8 Mountains of the Moon. The 2 middle lanes. No, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. The 2 middle lanes, that's lane 4 and 5, always have the fastest qualifiers from both hits. So Olipa Sharif of Uganda Christian University has Okuma Ismail of Ndeje University for company in this hit. So we now look at a scenario where the best of the best show up and show out. The men's 100-meter final is about to start here at Uganda Christian University. Of course, you can't run away from the fact that the sun is also out and about. The conditions were really, it was, I think, cold just about a few minutes ago. But now, Mr. Sunshine is like, hey, how is your day? But before that, let's do the men's 100. So lane 1 is out of the equation because Makerere University's Omolo Innocent has not showed up. So we have Glen Otieno Adanga, Uganda Christian University, Ayub K of Ndeje University, Olipa Sharif, Uganda Christian University, Okuma Ismail Ndeje, Nuwagaba BSU, Nyakahuma Mountains of the Moon, and Sunday Christopher Mountains of the Moon. Set. And we are off. Sharif of Uganda Christian University is running with patches, but Uganda Christian University win it very easily. Olipa Sharif has come out in full force.
Wow, what a 100 meters finals race. And it is now officially confirmed that Olipa Sharif is the fastest student in Uganda in terms of universities. He's the fastest university student in Uganda, right? Brilliant race. The confidence at the end as well. It was Bolt-esque, if I'm to put it that way. He just looked at his opponents as he crossed the line and was like, yep, I have just won gold at home. And definitely a lot of hours put in it just to complete this 100 meters race and win the gold medal.
What an afternoon this is turning out to be for Uganda Christian University. In less than 10 minutes, 2 gold medals they have secured. So the hosts, I think, can be happy with what they've been able to do in an afternoon's work. And of course, we cannot forget BSU, who secured the men's 10,000 meter gold, and along with Gulu University, who also got the gold medal in the women's 400. Top that up, they also have gotten a silver medal from one player, and that's Angen Roth Sharon from Gulu University. So some institutions are doing just a much better job when it comes to track and field. And I think today has been a very, very good start for all.
Yes, and the conditions as well are not helping them. It is not helping them at all. 27 degrees Celsius right now in Mukono.
Hmm? Up next. Up next. Up next is the men's 800-meter final. Of course, on the start line will be Alitua Godfrey, Mountains of the Moon, Onekgui Jimmy of Ndeje University, Ndibailawa Jamil of Kampala International University, Akemkwene Peter of Ndeje University, Otim Emmanuel Makere University, Mugume Barnabas Kabale, Tenywa Edrin of Bugema University, Andrea Ronald of Gulu University, and Mwikirize Lauben of Shambogo University. And of course, when you see Ndeje in athletics, sometimes you have to take notice because they have a really, really good athletics team out there. But so far, so good for certain institutions. Mook has come close a couple of times, and I noticed that even with not all their students available to them because of the exams and all, they've still come out and given it a good fight. I can imagine playing, knowing tomorrow I have an exam, coming out here and stretching and pulling muscles. It's very, very impressive what some of these students are willing to do for sports.
Definitely, definitely. And that goes back to reiterating my point that student athletes should be respected all around the world because the what they put in order to be able to strive on the field, on the court, on the track, as well as balancing it out in class is really impressive. And this just back to your point about I have a paper tomorrow. I didn't read this number and I know it's coming, but I have a 100-meter finals race to compete in. That must be really difficult to be able to comprehend or even digest exactly because one or the other has to give. That's just the way it is. But it is so impressive what they're able to do, and shout out to all the students athletes competing at these university games here in Uganda Christian University Mukono. It is hot. It is hot. I don't want to do a commentator's cast, but it hasn't rained in a while. It is hot, and ladies and gentlemen, if it does rain, please don't start screaming at the screen. But these conditions, would they benefit the athletes? Sorry, would they benefit the people competing in these races? Because in the morning, as you said, it was overcast, and it was difficult for some of them to to breathe. Those who are not used to these conditions, how does this weather now impact those who are going to participate in these events?
I think the sprinters are still fine. The issue has to come down to the the long distance athletes. They'll probably hate running under such heat. It's going to be grueling on them and their bodies, but I mean, it's only a couple of minutes. I don't think you would want to do a 10,000 at this time of the day with the sun sun this aggressive, but so good. I mean, it's all in a day's work for a student athlete. They should embrace the moment and enjoy it, because for some of them, this will not come back again. After this, some will go and become professionals in different fields and look back at this with fond memories, but it's not something they'll probably say, oh, I'm going to earn a living doing that and doing this. So this is a big opportunity to finish off certain chapters in your life on a high note. So it's really, and I must give a shout out to the Uganda Athletics Federation, because I mean, I had earlier had someone commenting they brought the top team. These are the best of the best there are in Uganda in terms of judging, scoring. All the best technical officials are out here. And of course, the gentleman in the blue is Mr. Paul Odong, known as the organizer of some of the best athletic sporting events in Uganda. He's the one who plans the routes, who was planning the routes for things like the MTN Kampala Marathon. So this is someone who has been very integral, and I remember he was out here yesterday evening marking the pitch. He's trying to ensure that this competition is given the respect that it deserves. My only dream for institutions going forward is to see more tartan tracks. I want to see our athletes enjoy the benefits of what other athletes in the same situation abroad are enjoying. If they can come out and test themselves on the right surface, on the right professional surface, it'd be so easy for them to make the jump from being a student athlete to a professional, because these are not things you're seeing for the very first time only if you've gone to Nambole for a national trial, or if you go to Ndeje, who expects a tartan track to be laid out there. So my thing is, I really do hope that every institution in this country normalizes having, the best of the best in terms of standard athletic pitches.
Yes, definitely. Back to your point in terms of having these facilities, it is so important for these universities, especially when it comes to athletics. I mean, it's most universities use athletics as ways of getting the medals. Gulu University has already gotten a medal today. Bishop Stewart has already got a medal today. UCU as well, who were a bit, did not quite perform well at the East African Games in the in the athletics division, have taken 2 gold medals today in the space of 10 minutes. So already you have 2 gold medals on the board as other competitions are ongoing. So you find athletics is very underrated in terms of how easy it is for you and how advantageous you can be if you want to be able to be crowned champion of certain events like the university games in either Uganda or East Africa. So that is something universities should definitely prioritize heading forward. How can you be able to improve these facilities so that these athletes are able to maximize their opportunities, their talents? And eventually, it doesn't just stop there, it goes beyond. It becomes with better facilities, that it doesn't be it be the chain on which you get to produce athletes year in year out, because these university students eventually do graduate and move on. So how are you going to produce the next generation, and be a dominating force both nationally and even internationally in terms of athletics? So as we are waiting for the 800-meter hit, I assume that the judges are getting everything in order before we can have these competitions going back and forth. Well, just some few results from other different games. I will start with rugby. We have game 5 that ended between Uganda Matters in Nkozi and UCU. It ended 7-7. Game 6, Victoria University 12, Chambogo University 12. Game 7, Chambogo University 5, Uganda Matters University in Nkozi 19. And Game 8, UCU 50 and Imbara University 0. Then we go to football, and Bugema University put Bishop Stewart to the sword by 5 goals to 0. Wow. So those are some of the updates coming through. There is netball going on between UCU and MUBS as well, Victoria University and Kampala University as well in netball action. That will be brought to you as
Of course, on the far side of the pitch, we've just seen Dejes Ojara Jackson deliver one of those very long throws in the shot puts. And the shot put is still going on the pitch.
so as I was saying, the updates will keep on coming through from time to time. So this is the 800 meters final. As we and I love the attendance for these athletic events today. Though there is sun is scorching, but they have turned up in big numbers to be able to support their teammates, their course mates, their university mates, and definitely today, I final 800. Let's get ready for that.
The women's 800 meters final is about to get underway. And of course, notably, it's only 4 athletes coming on the track. And we all know how good Orishaba Marvelous is. Not the biggest player out there, but she will give you a marvelous performance. And off we go for the women's 800. Orishaba Marvelous is in lane 1, but the athletes are now making their way around to the cones, and once they get to the cones, it is single file. But Marvelous looks like she has the lead in this race. They are coming up on the 300-meter mark. And now they make their way towards 100 and to finish the first lap. Marvelous has done a good job. Ndeje University's Orishaba Marvelous has the lead, but Ayozu Grace, also of Ndeje University, is keeping her company in this one. Orishaba has the lead of this race. Orishaba has the beatings of everyone on the track so far, and nobody is going to touch her. Ndeje University's Marvelous Orishaba has sealed first place, and gold goes to Marvelous Orishaba. Ayozu Grace of Ndeje takes silver. And Bishop Stewart's Kabahwezi Patricia wins third place. Soroti University's Ruth Asekenye will finish in the lone fourth, and that makes up the women's 400 meters.
Faith, you know one thing I've realized, Faith, and I have realized that if it is this way, then I would love to finish last in the race, because the love you receive from the fans as you're coming in last is so much different from when you actually win the race. So I think I would love to finish last, because you remember in the 10,000-meter race, the way they were cheering on, oh, everyone was up as he made the finish line. And definitely, so Orishaba Marvelous breezed through that race like it was not there and takes the gold medal. It is a Ndeje 1-2 gold and silver, as Bishop Stewart University takes third place and the bronze medal in this 800 meters final. Up next is the 800 meters men finals, and we are excited. These are the best of the best in the country, the creme de la creme of university runners around. So definitely we are excited for this. How are you feeling, Faith, before this big race?
I must say I'm excited. Full house, which hasn't been the case for many races today. And like I said, in in this particular race, there are actually 9 athletes. So it means there are athletes who shared a similar time, and so 2 of them had to be advanced to the final. But we don't have 9 lanes here at Uganda Christian University. We have 8. So 2 athletes are expected to share their lanes. Yeah, the men are here definitely and we expect to have a very, very good competition. It is very busy. We have Alitua Godfrey, Mountains of the Moon University in lane 1, Onekegui Jimmy of Ndeje University, lane 2, lane 3, Ndiba Bailawa Jamil of Kampala International University, that's of course lane 3, Akemkwena, Okemkwena Peter of Ndeje University, Otim Emmanuel, Makerere University, Mugume Barnabas of Kabale University, Lane 6, Lane 6 as well, Tenywa Edrin of Bugema University, 7 is Andrea Ronald of Gulu University, and of course, Lane 8 has Mwikirize Lauben of Chambogo University. So 2 athletes will be sharing lane 6. Interestingly, it is Mugume Barnabas of Kabale University and Tenywa Edrin of Bugema University. Lane 1, Alitua Godfrey, Onekegui Jimmy of Ndeje University, bib number 176. Akemkwene Peter of Ndeje University, lane 4. Emmanuel Otim, rest in China. And Barnabas Mugume, lane 6, joined by Tenywa Edrin of Bugema University, and Dea Ronald of Gulu University, and of course Mwikirize Lauben of Chambogo University.
So speaking strategy ahead of this encounter, Degrees, it is hot. How do you start? It's basically 2 laps.
The 800 meters is very, very, very intriguing race. How you judge your 2 laps is always down to you. On your marks. And off we go. And we can already see the desire from Mountains of the Moon University. Alitua is trying to make sure that he has a handy lead in this one. Mountains of the Moon. Alitua Godfrey is in the lead, but we all know at the bell, the likes of Peter, Alitua Godfrey, Alitua Godfrey has been lapped up by Peter. Peter Okemkwene of Undeje University. Ndeje University and Makerere look like they are headed for it. Or team Emmanuel of Makerere University in the green and Ndeje University in the yellow top. It is a race between Makerere University and Ndeje. And of course, the others are pumping iron, but Ndeje University's Okem Kwene Peter beats Makerere University's Emmanuel Otim. So Ndeje secure another gold medal in the 800 meters.
What a fantastic race we have just witnessed. Two of the best going at it, and definitely only one winner was supposed to come through. And congratulations. Akem Kweno Peter from Ndeje University taking that one. And now Ndeje have taken both. Have taken the 800-meter gold in both the men and women's category. Otim Emmanuel Hadlak comes in second place. He gave it his all, but today he will only take the silver medal and probably. But it was a fantastic race all around. What impressed you the most about this race?
Of course, like I said, the difference between this race and many others is the fact that it was a full house. And once it's a full house, it makes it that much more intriguing because there are more athletes desiring to win the race. But when it's, I mean, four people, someone can look behind and say, we're only four, so I've already secured my second place. So they don't really put in that much energy. But I think this has been the most intriguing final. Just like the 10,000, when you have two people wanting, I mean, two people who are very, very desiring of a win, you always get a very, very intriguing race at the end of it all.
Yes, but you've got to feel for Alitua Godfrey as well. He led for most of the race, but sadly, as we have mentioned it a couple of times today, he led the race, but he did not win it in the end, finishing third from bottom. And definitely a disappointing result from the man from Mountain of the Moon University who hoped to get their first gold medal in athletics section today. So what do we have next? 400 meters. We have the 400 meters final next. Wow, it has been a fantastic it has been a fantastic event this far, and definitely I have enjoyed these races from the time we actually started off in the morning till right now actually. So we're heading for another 400-meter final. One lap. You have to be the best in these situations. Give it your all the hours you're put into preparation just for a few seconds to be able to get the glory and get the reward for all those hours spent, all those mornings, all those evenings, the injuries, the time you feel like even don't want to train. All that has to be put aside and put into this race, or even in any race that these athletes compete in order to be able to win gold medal and put their university flag standing high above everyone else.
What an afternoon we have already witnessed. It has been final after final, and so far I can say Ndeje have secured 2 golds in the 800, in the women's 400, and in the men's 800. Makerere University have really come close in almost all those races. But Uganda Christian University have the sprint double for men and women in the 100. And of course, We have seen some very good sprinting from Gulu University, where Angenrot Sharon secured a gold in the women's 400 and a silver in the women's 100 as well. I mean, it's gold in the 400 and silver in the women's 100. So very, very good. Happy hunting days for Gulu University today on the track.
I feel, you know what? I actually feel that if she had competed in one less race, she would have taken that 100 meter. She competed, remember, in the heat. Then a few minutes later, she was competing in the 400 meters final, which she won. And then I think maybe it just became the strain became a little bit too much, considering the fact that it's so hot right now compared that it was in the morning session. Unfortunately, she just landed silver, but I know she must be kicking herself on how she did not capitalize and grab that gold. But anyways, congratulations to the UCU Sports Department for securing those two gold medals in the 100-meter brackets, and in Deja University as well, taking both medals in the 800 meters category. Bishop Stewart as well, just a reminder for those who weren't with us earlier in the morning session, they took the 10,000 meters gold thanks to a brilliant strategic race. And also, don't forget, Faith, UCU did take silver in the 10,000 meters as well, so that is another gold medal. So another, oh, what a throw! Another silver medal for the hosts as well in this competition. Across the park, as you can see on your screens, we are having the shot put, the test of strength.
Many athletics events continue to happen here at Uganda Christian University, Mukono. The javelin throw is happening, and of course, we'll continue bringing you subsequent results from the different areas that we are playing in. Of course, some teams have enjoyed their days more than others, but at the end of the day, of The performances have continued coming in today from some of the best field performances. We have here the javelin, the distance javelin throw results from today. Otwal Mark of Gulu University emerged victorious in the men's javelin throw. He defeated Ojara Jackson of Deje. Uh, Otwal Mark best distance was 49.06. Then Ojara Jackson, who finished second, uh, through 48.24 meters. And of course, Orach Alfred of Gulu University, who also got third place through 47.15, while Jacob Ochiti of Ndeje University through 46.45, and Kiprotich Samuel of Busitema University through 46.12 in the men's javelin. And of course, that competition has ended this afternoon. I think we are seeing the women's javelin throw, but that was from this morning session. So the javelin throw was won by Otwal Mark of Gulu University, and Ndeje got second, and third went to Gulu as well. So Gulu are really showing that the track and field is their home.
It is, and it has become their main source of medals in these university games. And I'm assuming they are going to head into this competition, or even most of the racers, very confident they can be able to outwheel their opponents and be able to get gold medals for their teams. This race that is coming up seems to be like it is going to be extra spicy. I cannot wait for that. I am seeing just the gentleman in the middle, 191, 198, and 199 as well. Three extraordinary athletes who have both represented their country. It is going to be as it is going to be one for the ages. I am predicting that. I'm so excited.
And of course, we have Ndeje winning the women's shot put, followed by Uganda Christian University, and then Ndeje University. Just we shall clarify on the names of the people who represented those institutions, but just know the shot put women's javelin throw winners are Ndeje University, number 2 Uganda Christian University, and number 3 Ndeje once again. Of course, now we are moving on to the men's 400 meters, where Ndeje has some of the best in that distance in the competition. Of course, seeing Changwengo Godfrey of Ndeje and Lanya Regan. Yeah, Changwengo has to be the favorite in this one. But Omuka Kenneth of Makerere University is also very handy in this race. So it's going to be very interesting to see. We can see the technical officials just trying to hammer down the starting blocks, because on the Tinder they're a bit slippery.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
And I think that's why some people did not want them earlier on.
Or maybe or weren't just used to using the starting blocks.
No, if you're not used to something, sometimes you don't have to live with it. But I know that Changweno Godfrey is an athletics representative at the Uganda Athletics Federation. I think he was voted in earlier this year.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since that time of the year, but yeah.
Oh, it's the end of the year. Another year has just. It feels like no time has passed since. And I just remember thinking about it last year. We were at the East African Games in Deji, specifically yesterday, and we had a fantastic viewing of the FIFA World Cup final. And it is just amazing how time has flown, and we are here at UCU a year later in this time the house games, and it has been a this is day three. It has been a fantastic tournament thus far. And yeah, I feel as a sports fan, and as a person that is into sports, I do not want such competitions to end. I always feel so bad when they're ending. But here we are ready for the 400 men's final.
The start list is as follows. In lane 1, we have Twikirize Adolf, Mountains of the Moon University. Lane 2, Amolo Innocent, Makerere University. He scratched on the 100-meter final. And lane 3, we have Olanya Regan Semei of Ndeje University. And of course, in lane 4, we have Chanwengo Godfrey of Ndeje University. Lane number 5, Kenneth Obuka of Makerere University. 6, Niwagaba Amon BSU. 7, Oringa Lawrence UCU. 8, Oboch Lawrence Justin of Gulu University. On your marks. We have the white flag. Off we go, the men's 400-meter final. And of course, you can already see Changweno Godfrey is making up a step on his opponents in the middle lane. It is a tight one between lane 4 and 5, where Changweno and Omuka are competing. Changweno Godfrey looks like he has eaten up badly on Omuka University in the home straight. Nature University, Changweno Godfrey is Omuka strong enough to finish. So the victory goes to Ndeje Changweno Godfrey, and Omuka finishes
Wow. As we
tight second or third.
Deja University with yet another gold medal, this time in the 400 meters final. And they are cleaning up the medals in Deja University, I must say. After taking one as well in Taekwondo, they are cleaning up the medals to them. What impressed you the most? Because I feel we could have predicted the top three, and it has definitely come out that way. Who do you think impressed you the most in this final? Was it straight up or just
Uh, I must say, knowing how fit Samuel Godfrey has been, and the experience running, representing even Uganda sometimes, I thought he was going to give it a very, very good effort. And I was also impressed with Omuka Kenneth. He tried to hold on to Chanwengo, but towards the 200-meter mark, Chanwengo was able to break apart or break away from him. And after that, he was heading for the hills. But I have to say, it's not, it's a very, very good performance because I think Olanya, Riga, and Semei actually beat beat Omuka Kenneth to third place. So it's Ndeje 1 and 2, and then Obuka Kenneth of Makerere University in the third place. So Ndeje once again secure another track gold medal.
So then we can know that. But I keep finding this funny though, and I'm not going to lie, now in this scenario again, Oringa Lawrence of UCU was quick out of the blocks, and I thought probably he had a chance of running away and causing an upset here, and yet again he finishes second from bottom. I mean, this is not the first time and the second time I've said it today, but the athletes that are quick off the block, and I'm guessing it is common knowledge amongst the athletes community that you quick out of the gate, your chances of finishing in the top three are reduced every second. But why do they keep on still doing that? That is what not ticks me off, but I am still wondering why that keeps on happening.
I guess it really does come down to your game management, and I think much I think when you look at Oringa's race, he knew these guys are faster than me. So he thought, let me jump, pull off a jump and see. The thing is, when you get the seasoned runners, they always know I'm going to get you around the 300-meter mark or the
Oh, that bend right there.
that on the bend, on the second bend, and good runners of the 200 meters. One of the reasons why they enjoy the 400 is because if you can run a good bend, you can make up time on someone who started very blistering in the first say, 200. So it's always about knowing where you can hurt your opponents more than about just turning up and giving your best shot.
So I hope you're listening, boys and girls of all ages. Faith has just spat some athletic knowledge that it is all about the right tactics when you are watching these middle and long distance marathons or races. Exactly, we definitely have the 5,000-meter race women category coming up, the final, and what a throw in the shot put by Taya. So there is a lot going on. You can't put your head on a swivel if you want to get all this information. There is a lot going on at the moment. Different sports being played left, right, center in various locations, and we shall try to get you as much information as possible. Coming through, we have the swimming final results. I'm just going to read quite a few. In the men's 1,500 freestyle, Mugisha Jacob of Mook was able to get gold with a time of 19 seconds and 4 seconds. Mayengo Frederick was able to get silver from Ndeje University, as well as Okwang silver, ironically, gets bronze. In the girls' 50 meters breaststroke, Erapo Priscilla from MOOC gets the gold. Nanda Olapasi from MOOBS with the silver, and Ben Nakirembe from MOOBS with the bronze. The girls' freestyle 100 meters, Nanunji Charity from Makerere University takes the gold. Atukwase Nancy takes the silver, and Ben Nachilembe again from Hoops takes the bronze. In the men's 100 meters freestyle, Mutesasira Mahmoud from Ndeja University takes the gold. Mugisha Jacob from Makerere University with the silver, and Atire Regan from Hoops with the bronze. Heading to the breaststroke, that was event 6. Erapo Priscilla from Makerere University takes the gold. Nandaola Pasi from Moobs with the silver. And Masika Imelda from Makerere University with the bronze. The boys 200, Kaganda Ben from Moobs take the gold. Atuhaira Akram from Makerere University with the silver. Mayengo Frederick from Mundeja University with the third. I have just noticed that it is Makerere University, MOOPS, and Indejo University that are taking almost all the medals in swimming. Looking at the lists as I keep on going through them, these three universities have firmly established themselves as the kings and queens of the water. How impressed? I think it goes back to facilities, because you do not expect someone from UCU to be heavy favorite in winning a swimming competition, yet the facility is not around here, or even other universities, if I'm to put it out there. And in Deja University, Makerere University, with those facilities are taking advantage of that full time.
Of course, facilities play a very big role in athletes being able to compete and being able to excel at the disciplines that they take part in. But also, there has to be something called desire to just succeed. Sometimes the best athletes don't have not grown up the best comforts in terms of where they compete. They've still given it their best shot. So I think at the end of the day, yeah, you'd say that's a niche for Ndeje now and a niche for Makerere University, simply because they have tools on their premises. But I know that there are other institutions here on their premises. That doesn't they don't turn out to be fast. It's just that their frequency is going to be very fast.
So, in a nutshell, you're telling other universities to pull up their socks when it comes to swimming.
I wouldn't say I don't know the needs of each institution, but I do believe that maybe just maybe if you had a pool on site, it makes life much easier for your swimmers.
Definitely, definitely. What? So, as we are preparing for the 5,000 meters final, ladies category, everything is going on at a very, very fast rate. Games are going on left, right, and center. Keep it here, Naban TV, as we get to update you with everything that is going on in the university, the 19th edition of the University Games here at Uganda Christian University in Mukono. Before we start the track, ladies and gentlemen, managers take a note. Send your 4 by 100 meter leadership to all both women and men. Send your 4 by 100 meter leadership to both women and men. Right.
We
Anyone who's trying to find 1,000 meters, and we have Shalanga from Soros, the number 204. Achieve nights, Omuneti, the number 203. Or shut numbers from the number 203. I'm going to wait for this. Now, Bishop Sport, leave number 201. Those 4 others.
I've seen the women's 5,000 meters has Chelangat Speciosa of Soroti University. Number 2, it has Knight Achiro, who won the 10,000 meter gold in the East Africa Games, but will be competing in the 5,000, has represented Uganda at the World Cross Country in Aarhus, Australia. And of course, you have Kobu Jenzi, Kobu Huezi Patricia, representing BSU in the 5,000 meters women. Only 4 women on track. Start fight, but hopefully a very fantastic race. And off they go.
4 by 100 meter leadership. Both women and men. God, God. 4 by 100 meter leadership. Both women and men. God, God. Right away. Yes. And definitely it becomes quite challenging when you have only four athletes competing in a 5,000-meter race. It is grueling, especially in this scorching sun. Leading the pack is Achiro Knight of Ndeje University. She is closely followed by Marvelous from Ndeje University. Who took the gold medal in?
Knights Achiru won the gold medal at the East Africa Games that took place in Ndeje, but it was the 10,000 meters, the longest, the longest track race. But today,
Surely 5,000 is a bit easier if you're able to run 10,000, right?
I can see Orishava Marvelous has of course joined for this. Marvelous has joined her for this race, and we all know Marvelous secured the 400. I just feel like and they have rolled the dice. They know Marvelous can hold on to it. And knowing that there are only four athletes on track, it's an opportunity for them to maximize. I think they're playing a technical game here. I think Achiro was the one that had been registered for this race, but knowing that there are
Only four competing.
only three people who are going to compete, they're like, let's see if we can throw one in there and secure more than just one gold medal. I mean, more than just one medal in this race. And all Achiro has to do is lead Marvelous around the track,
Oh yeah,
break away when she needs to break away, and it will be easy for them, almost easy peasy. But
this is as well a team sport as it is in video, especially when it comes to the 5,000 and 10,000 meters race. Brilliant point from you, Faith, highlighting that Achiro Faith is basically going to just marshal Orisha Mavras throughout this race because, I mean, they're only for competing. There's an opportunity to take a gold and silver medal in this category and increase their medal tally come the end of the race, where there are only 10 laps remaining. Only 10. But I dare you to actually go around the track 10 times. Well, Achiro Knight is still in the lead, closely followed by her counterpart, Orishawa Mavras, who just won the 400 meters gold medal as well. And she's back again, hopefully trying to secure another gold medal for Ndeje University. At the moment, it looks like Ndeje have taken the gold and silver because Chalangat Speciosa and Kobwezi Patricia of Soroti University and Bishop Strait University seem way off the track from their counterparts from Ndeje University. It seems like it will look like an Ndeje 1-2 unless something miraculous happens in this final remaining 9 laps.
well, Marvelous and Knight are making their way towards their 100, and they are already going to lap Chelangat Preciosa of Soroti University. Of course, Soroti University is a new institution, just 5 years old, and a university of science and technology. So Naita Chiro has carried Marvelous as far as she possibly can take her, and has now decided to dictate her own pace because had she held on to her teammates, it was going to be an absolute race. And we all know Naita Chiro has represented Uganda in a few championships, and I think she has a reputation to defend this afternoon more than anything. Probably sets a new record for this championship. So for her, her ambitions are just more than winning the race. It has to be setting absolutely quick times. But we know that nobody enjoys racing in the scorching sun, especially in the distances. So it's going to be her and against the clock and her choosing when to, kick and do all those things. It's really her against the world.
It must be a nice feeling though, when you know you're the best on the track and you're taking your time. You know you have 7 laps remaining for you to take your gold medal. All the preparation, all the time you've spent practicing when literally no one is looking, because majority of the time these athletes actually practice when no one really cares that they're actually training. Uh, and it's worth it in the end when you are crossing that finishing line and people are actually cheering for you, knowing that all the time that you have invested to be able to get into peak physical condition and strengthen your cardio in order for you to be able to take this to be able to set personal best times and even challenge yourself to be able to get to break more records. It must be a nice feeling knowing that you are in the groove and you can actually take on and win the race. And it seems like Achiro Faith, Achiro Knight, the leader is way ahead of the chasing pack, and she has the rest of the track all to herself. Nice feeling knowing that, definitely.
And she absolutely can, is going to probably lap uh, Georgia University and Bishop Stewart a couple of times, and her teammate Marvelous has also really fallen away. This one is just going to be her. She has 7 laps to go, and Marvelous also is coming on 7 laps to go.
Oh, the 7 laps must be great, must be grueling. 7 laps must be grueling. But it looks like Achiro Knight has everything under control. You can just, I got, you can just see with the confidence she is oozing. Confidence is oozing as she knows that this is literally done and dusted. We have Chelangat Specia from Soroti University actually struggling in this race. She has taken a few times when she has walked, and now
Marvelous Orishaba, winner of the 400 meters, is trying to reattach herself to
oh yes, and it seems like Orishaba Mavras, who just won her gold medal in the 400 meters, is gonna get another medal today to be able to complete. Not a bad day, not a bad day in the office when you're able to win gold and silver in the track and field category.
and Night Achiro laps. Achiro is a silver medalist, the bronze medalist in the women's 800 from the Chengdu World University Games that took place in China. Of course, Uganda's medals came from Ndeje University. So the Ndeje athlete has to absolutely obliterate this one. And it's always interesting for me because this is somebody who you'd say is a bit of a jack of many trades in terms of the distances. Sometimes she'll do the 5,000, the 10,000, the 800, and we are already coming on the 5 laps to go mark.
Just a reminder to our viewers of how hot this place is actually. It is not easy for these athletes. You see them running here in 28 degrees Celsius, one more than it was at 2 p.m. when we had the 400 meters final category. 28 degrees, and it seems like Achiro is breezing past this race. She might look to set the best personal best or a season's best in this race, by the way.
Personal best and season's best on a Tinder track. I doubt
You
that.
don't think it's possible?
Not here. The conditions are not set for that. But but she will definitely pull off a championship record if she wants it. But I don't think the fact that she's running a solo race and it's her against the clock, it's not always fair to the athletes because then you find yourself uh, there are times you, when you have opponents around you, you can use their energy to lift
Oh yeah.
your mood and your race. But here it's all about her. But she's going to love the Sorority University athletes for another, I don't know, but that must be like the fourth time
You
in
know,
this race.
what I'll do? I'd actually just pull you and I'd be like, no, you're not going to overtake me this time. It's the second time.
It's called athletics integrity. You know, you can't do the race. You have to step away and allow people who are competing. It's
She
like what?
stops.
No, it's like, have you watched
She has just stopped.
Have you watched Formula One?
Yes, yes.
You can never ever pretend to want to win the race. If you're a pretender to the throne, you give up.
You give up.
And I think you always have to give the next time. You have to give the race leaders an opportunity to compete favorably for the race win. But it's really, and I think seeing the Sorority University students drop out shows you how tough it is here right now.
Yeah.
Coach Achiro has been there, done that, so this is but it is very, very, very hard.
Or you can, or you can see, you can simply see the levels to this, if I'm to put it that way. With constant practice, with constant practice and preparation, she is definitely way ahead of her competition. You could give a little bit of, you can cut some slack for Mavras as well. She's just competed in the 400 meters final and won a gold. And definitely must have been the plan from Indeja University to have her compete in this race so that she can possibly bag the silver medal. But 3 laps to go, and Achiro Knight is in the lead. She seems so relaxed. She seems so relaxed.
I think Achiro has run out of laps, but I don't know why I think if there were more laps to go, she would have probably got up to her team. Also,
Oh yeah, but that is I wouldn't. That disrespectful to the rest of you? Going to outlap every other person competing in the race? I know it is not disrespectful in sporting terms, but in terms of people that love to talk trash, it must be disrespectful to go outlap every other.
to go for night.
She is her only threat at this moment in time. It is her against the clock. What a situation you would always want to find yourself in when you know you're going to win the gold medal and you're only separated by 2 laps.
The university taking a stroll. The heat of this game is becoming a bit too much, and of course, Kobe Wezi goes past her.
For the third time.
Nice, still looking to lap more people, more individuals. Oh, I told you.
Knight has definitely shown her class in this race. that she's cut from a different cloth. A special shout out to Indonesia. They are going to bag yet another gold medal in the track and field category. It seems like they know what they're doing when they do recruit and train these
Are
athletes.
coming up on the bell for the women's 5,000. What is Naitachiro going to do? Is she going to make sure she sets a decent time as well as secure her gold medal? And she is trying to go as hard as possible. It's showing she looks comfortable. She looks like she can do another 1,000.
Are you sure?
The plan was 5,000, not 10,000. She looks really comfortable in this condition.
She looks like she can do another 5,000, but wow. This is class. This is absolute class. The way she has blistered her opponents right out of the water.
Marvelous Morishaba is also starting her final lap, but Knight Achiru is making her way down the lane. Final 100. She is all out sprinting, giving it her very, very best. Get your uniform. Nice Achiru has finally conquered the day. She is the winner of the women's 5,000 meters. Deje is waiting on athletes Marvelous Orishama to make her way around the track.
Oh, it seems like Knight is quite relaxed after winning this race.
Orishama, Marvelous to the finish line, secures her silver for Deje, but Kobwezi of BSU is on to her second, finishing her second, trying to finish her second lap. But
The Ndeje University athletes could probably have a cup of tea and a biscuit during this tea time and finish it and still wait for the remaining athletes to cross the line. But it is what it is. You have to do the job ahead of you, and congratulations to Achiru Knight and Orishawa Mavras for taking the gold and silver medal in this 5,000 women's part category.
Sorority University's Chebet has not given up. She's still going, has only 4 laps. BSU's Kobwezi making her way to the finish line. Patricia Kobwezi from BSU securing their second medal of the day.
I mean, yes, bronze at the end of the day isn't the worst thing in the world if you're to put it in that context. I mean, it's not easy running in these conditions, the 5,000 meters. One race I am excited for, though, is the relay races from both categories. That one always keeps me on the edge of my seat, and I cannot wait for that. How's your perception of the relay races, though?
Relays are always good, but therefore that's
Why?
you're not a team player,
Oh, yeah.
don't line up for a relay. If you're not ready to allow some of your teammates to shine, don't line up for a relay. And if you have anxiety issues, please, the relay is not your friend. All you have to do is get that baton around, but more often than not, it's been dropped. So
Oh, yeah.
it is a scary, scary prospect.
Especially when they are coming towards you and everyone is screaming, then you have to start running just right before. But anyways, as we continue this 5,000 meters race, Chelangat from Soroti University has 2 laps to go, while Bishop Stuart University with Kobwezi Patricia are set to complete the medal category with a bronze medal in this year's race.
3 laps to go for Soroti University's Chelangat Sarah. Chelangat has really stayed through, is not giving up. She's trying to ensure she secures those very important points for her team. While Kobwezi Patricia of BSU brings home the bronze medal. BSU now have 3 medals. I mean, 2 medals from athletics. Of course, the very first one in the morning from Edgar. Edgar Akamumpa was very, very, very good. And in the 10,000 meters, beat UCU's beat UCU through the line, and now Okwezi Patricia picks up a very valiant and a fighting third place for me. That afternoon, when nobody wanted to do a long distance race, but beautiful work, Dorothy University, Chebet still trying to make her way around the track, and she's not giving up. You will have to wait,
We will have to wait for her to get done.
but she is fighting hard to make sure that she finishes this race. The 10,000 is not an easy race. I mean, the 5,000 is not an easy race. 12 painful laps, but fortune definitely favors the brave. And for her, this first place would mean the world to her. Many people have given up.
Oh, yeah. Many people have just decided to quit, and that shows the heart of a fighter. You're not supposed to quit. The fact that you can actually add points to your university's overall tally will definitely have for finishing the race hopes that the university get a few points. So that is what she wants to do and accomplish. Finish the race and put some
Yep.
points.
Chebet Sarah Sorority University is making her way around the track. It feels slow, but she surely is getting there. Just about 1.5 laps left for her to go, and that is about 600 meters. It looks like a lot for her right now. She has labored, she has toiled, but she has the makings of a champion, refusing to give up.
Oh yeah, and that is commendable because 9 out of 10 people would have actually pulled out of the race, and they're like, you know what? I am tired. I do not want to continue with this. But as I said before, and as she approaches the finishing line, the love that she gets from finishing in the last place is best from the fans is actually going to be much more than Achiru, who actually won the race. Oh, she's actually heading for a final lap. As you can hear, the fans want to start cheering her on so that she can finish this race as well.
The bet of Sorority University makes her way around the track in her final lap. It has been a tall and odious process, but she has fought so many things on that track, race conditions, opponents, and a few demons of giving up, but she is still in this race. And we all know that where there is a will, there is a way. She is slowly snaking her way around the track.
Not that I am a portrait of laziness, but when you finish last, most of the attention is actually on you from the fans, from the commentators, from everyone watching the track and field action. And she has actually stopped for a break in between in her final lap. But I feel like she should be cheered on to be able to finish the race.
Indeed, Joshua Cheptegei has been in this situation before.
He finished last one time.
No, I mean, he has had a couple of bad performances, but it's always about how you stand up. And I feel like, of course, most recently we saw his marathon debut. So there's a first time for everything. But I do believe this might be the beginning of a very, very long, I mean,
Long and successful career for Chalengat.
yeah, so Sorority University, Telangat, Tibet Sarah crosses the line
And she's done.
to finish fourth in the women's 5,000 meters. It's been a struggle, but she has really fought hard to make sure that she gives her team at least points on the board. Because at the end of the day, this will add up in the points for, how well the team performed.
Yeah.
So yes, overall scores also come into play for some of these teams.
And kudos to her for being able to finish the race, as I said. It's not been easy. It's a grueling 12 laps. But she has finished, and she has finished in fourth place. And now we can be able to round up the tables, the final standings, with Achiri Nai taking the gold medal from Ndeja University, Orisha Mavras from Ndeja University taking the silver. We have Kowezi Patricia from Bishop Stewart fetching a bronze medal for our university, and Shelengat Specials finishing outside the medal bracket.
Next item on the agenda is not for the faint-hearted. We have the relays coming up. The four
Just coming in, a few results from Namilyango in the rugby category, rugby sevens. Mbara University 0, Chambogo 21. And in game 10, Uganda Matters, Kozi 12, Victoria University 12. As well as in the badminton category, men's doubles, Makerere University defeats Victoria University after winning game 1, 21-13 and 21-19 game 2.
naye alina bunna nabuta
Yekoyada has shared with us the teams that will be lining up for the 4x100 meters women's race. Lane 1 has a BSU, Lane 2 has Bulu, 3 has Kampala University, but they did not start, they are not coming for the race. Then 4 has Ndeje, 5 UCU. And now we sit back and watch. Ndeje, of course, will look like favorites. UCU also in lane 5.
One of my favorite, actually my favorite track competition, the 4x100. It takes teamwork, the real definition of no I in team. You have to be the real definition, a real race that has teamwork, strategy, and perseverance, patience as well, and the willingness to get to the final straight and finish the line, finish the race for the team. As you mentioned, Faith, earlier, this race needs people who are selfless because you're not going to get the attention every time, but you get to win the race there and then. We are about to get away.
I know that everyone who is racing has to be feeling the tension. Many wonder if they can finish. Many wonder if the baton will come to them. That's why sometimes anchoring the team is the hardest job, because you can go onto the start line with all the confidence in the world, thinking the baton will come to you and you will be able to bring it home. But if it doesn't make it to you, you will be absolutely devastated. Wonder whether you will run the fast straight. You know, this race is very, very interesting. Actually, I like relays because they really test the racers and what they bring to the table. In as much as you don't want to be anxious, you don't want to be the person who drops the baton. It's also the technique. The people who are going to start the race, the fast bend. Let's say it's a fast straight. The most technical one. Anchoring the team when that comes to and cross the line. It's really, really a very, very interesting experience.
So we're talking strategy here. Do you go with two of your slowest fast, or the slow, or two of the fastest? I mean, what's the secret behind winning a 4x100 race?
You have to have good team players. There are people who are not the fastest on any track, but are very good runners of the bend. That's a 200-meter specialist. Could even be a 400-meter specialist. Doesn't have to be the fastest person out there. Then, of course, there are people who are selfless, who will always give anything for the team.
It is all about teamwork as the officials get to prepare what is my favorite race when it comes to these track and field competitions, the 4x100. I just mentioned it a bit earlier on in commentary that what drew me to this race iconically was that 2012 Olympic Games, the 4x100 race that was considered by many as the fastest race in history. You had Johan Blake on the same team. You had Hussein Bolt. That was a cheat code then. It was a real cheat code for the Jamaicans. And that race always lives fondly in my memory as someone that loved that to watch those games growing up. So we are waiting to see what the teams have on offer for us today.
I think most people will remember, like, say, Bolt for winning races for Jamaica, but I think one of the things people forget is that his teammates were absolutely, they were very, very huge when it came to ensuring that that baton got to him to finish those races. Had his teammates been scatterbrains, anxious individuals, maybe some of those iconic races wouldn't have gone down. But like we said, lane one BSU, two Gulu, three KU who are not there, Deje in four, and UCU five. And we are off in the women's 100 meters. UCU look like they have started really well. First handover, and it is okay. They give it to the champion of the women's 100 meters. UCU look like they have this, but can they make the baton still onto the third leg of this race? And Uganda Christian University look like they are doing it here. Right now, it is Christian University in the lead, and then bringing it home. Uganda Christian University, Uganda Christian University,
Oh, yes.
Wulu second, Deje three. And I think that has to be a big disappointment. You see, the relay, it is something that actually can mess with you, because I felt like that they came into this one knowing that they could probably win it, but the problem is that they got disorganized. Once I think the UCU runner got the stagger on the first person in the first stint, and that sometimes messes with you, but sometimes you just have to trust your race pace and it is for you. But I think you see you having the champion, she really ran that second, the first straight, and which was the second 200 in the relay. And that was absolutely huge and humongous from her. She brought, brought it home.
I think that was the perfect strategy to have the champion go in second, because once they took the advantage at the first phase of the race, it is so important that you have the advantage heading first, and then she was able obviously to use the God-given pace to be able to create a bigger advantage, enabling her other teammates to be able to cross the finish line and hand Uganda Christian University their third gold medal of the day in this track and field event.
So the results are in: Uganda Christian University gold medalists in the 4 by 100-meter women race. And of course, second place goes to Gulu, third place Ndeje University. Gulu are going to become a track and field powerhouse. I think they've nailed down the sprints.
Oh yes, it looks like this is something they want to concentrate on as the few years go by. And I wouldn't be surprised when we do have these competitions scheduled next time that there will be a major force in determining where those gold, silver, and bronze medals definitely fall. Because I feel that even when they have just, the journey has just begun for them in these track and field events, they are a force to be reckoned with. And I'm quite impressed with the work that they have done, especially in today's events.
Well, well, the women's 4 by 100 out of the way. We wait on the men in the 4 by 100 meters. Of course, Uganda Christian University have to feel like they have to measure up in the men's race, because they too have the men's 100-meter champion. So it is going to be a test for both teams.
It is going to be a test for all the teams, because I actually feel like all the universities competing in this men's 4 by 100-meter race feel confident enough to be able to go and get the job done. Ikulu University feel confident. UCU with the 100 meters champion as well feel confident. You have in DJ, you have in DJ, you have Makerere University as well. So all these universities competing in these 4 by 100 meters race, because anything can happen in these races. As we mentioned, you can't drop the baton, someone can fall over, although we don't want to see that. But it happens in sport, it happens especially in these races. The pressure can just get to you. So this is a very open race, and hopefully we get to see the action gets to speak for itself, not just us in the country.
And of course, the men who are going to race in the 4x1 are out. 8 teams on the track. This is indicative of the interest the men have in the relays. It's going to be a full house. What pressure?
It is a full house, and I like this and I like the fact that all these universities competing have decided to put all their eggs in one basket and head to the most exciting race of all the track and field events.
Wow, this is a high pressure. If this was a match, I would say high pressure situation. Interestingly, Uganda Christian University draw lane 8. Not the most interesting lane if you know your athletics. You want to be in lane 4, 5, at worst 6 or 3, but they are in lane 8, which is on the outside of the track. But the beauty of lane 8 is that you can pull off a sneak attack on the others whilst they're concentrating on the ones in the middle of the track. You have skills on your side. You can get away with quite a number of things on that part of the track.
How crucial does momentum play in a race like this? Because
UCU have preferred their best, the champion of the 2023 East Africa, I mean the champion of the 2023 AUUS University Games. On the second straight, I wonder if he has a very good 200-meter bend, because for me, that is where the race is won each and every time. Your runners on the straight can be the fastest, but you need your smartest runner on the very, I would say you need the fastest runner on the second bend, because that one is the one handing the baton over to the anchor. So if he's feeling his best and at least makes up a stagger on the rest, the chances of you winning the race are very high. But I mean, there are so many teams out here I'm so impressed with.
just as you have mentioned about the strategies needed in this competition, what they
Anyway, it goes as follows. Lane 1 is BSU. They have Niwagaba Amon, Akankunda Filmon, Niwasima Paul, Tumwesije David, Akampura Asaf. That is BSU, Bishop Stewart University. Lane 2 is Gulu University. They have Akere Michael Ben, Obalin Richard, Obwatch Lawrence Justice, then Orach Alfred, Otwal Mark, and that is Gulu. Lane 3 is Kampala University. They have Eso Emmanuel, Mulamba Abe. They have Mulamba Abe, and I know that's a footballer, but I'm interested to see what happens today. That's KU, Mulamba Abe, Onyaga Isaac, Oh my God, Obong Brian
another footballer.
KU Makere University has Sebuliba Mishali, Kawesa Francis, Omolo Innocent, and Omuka Kenneth. That is Makere University. Mountains of the Moon, Lane 5, Sunday Christopher, Chakahuma Daniel, Karuma Sylvester, Kusemerera Joseph, and Chirunji Patrick. That is Mountains of the Moon. Lane 6 is Moob. They have Punjo Sam, Masai Bruno, Oromarit Martin, Chemonges Eddie, and that is Moob. Lane 7, which is Ndeje University. They have Okelo Charles, Okuma Ismail, Chanwengo Godfrey, Yiki Jimmy, Okelo Charles, and Ayub Enoch Kor. That is Ndeje University. Now, UCU lane, UCU who are in lane 8 have Okolimo Joseph, Otieno Glenn, Olipa Sharif, and Okapo Santos. So first leg is Okolimo Joseph, second leg Otieno Glenn, third leg Olipa Sharif, fourth leg, which is the anchor leg, Okabo Santos. The brief is very simple. Hand the baton to your teammates and leave the rest to talent.
Definitely, you either have it or you don't, as they want to say.
Final event of the track and field events today. So you want to finish off your day on a high. BSU, Bulu, KU, Makere, Mountains of the Moon, Moves, Deje, ECU. And we are off and running in the men's 4x100. Uganda Christian University are paid close attention by Deje. They stay on the lead. But of course, the handoff is going to the champion for Uganda Christian University. And of course, it is Olipa Sharif. It's Ndeje, Ndeje beats UCU to the relay gold. What a race!
What a race. Just blitz by me. Blink and you will miss all the action. Ndeja University with a fantastic race. Heading back, don't you now probably look at it in perspective and have probably Olipa Sharif, the 100 meters champion, would have been given the goal to finish the race, but it is Ndeje Gold, Uganda Christian University, bro, silver.
Of course, the rest for me was lost for Uganda Christian University in that third handover to Sharif Olipa because he did not get the lead he wanted and he did not run a very fine bend. Should he have run a straight? I mean, I think that's a postmortem they'll do after this championship. But what a race by Ndeje University. They came out, gave it their best, and have secured another gold medal on the track. What a day of athletics action. What a day on the track. Track action continues tomorrow, but Ian, tell us a little bit about what has happened at Namilyango College where the rugby games were taking place.
Yes, so the rugby action has been concluded with Uganda Matters University in Nkozi taking the gold medal, followed by Victoria University with the bronze medal, and Uganda Christian University taking the bronze. So Victoria University taking the silver medal, Uganda Christian University taking the bronze medal and finishing third in the men's 7 rugby series that took place at Namilyango College.
Wow, bronze to Uganda Christian University, silver Victoria, who everyone thought were favorites for this. And of course, bronze going to Uganda Matters. Gold going to Uganda Matters University. Very interesting day for some of the field sports. And I must say, for Victoria University, this must feel like a total upset.
It must sting. It will sting. It will sting Victoria University because they came in as favorites and were not able to get the job done. They thought that was an assured gold medal, but unfortunately, Uganda Matters University in Kozi were the are the champions of the men's 7 series 2023.
So it has been a very, very good having you here today. Join us again tomorrow with more action from the university games that are taking place here at Mukono. Good evening. Bye. Stay tuned to Urban TV and all our Vision Group platforms.